Hey movie fans, excited to talk to you about Disney's Mary Poppins Returns. So excited about it, and I know that you are too. So I'm going to make sure to keep this without any spoilers, spoiler free, as we get to talk about what I liked about Mary Poppins Returns. This is a continuation of the story of the Banks children, and lucky enough for them and for us, Mary Poppins gets to be along for the ride. Mary Poppins, of course, is an endearing classic. It's been around for years, but it's really stayed current and relevant. The Broadway release of it was pretty great, and then now that show's being done kind of all over across the nation. We had a chance to do it here locally in our community, and it was such an amazing experience. Definitely loved getting to be a part of that myself, along with my family. So that was awesome. Disneyland, actually, you can see the characters there. One of my favorite character experiences that I can remember was a time when my wife and I were wearing Incredibles shirts, and we ran into Mary and Bert, and it was just so much fun interacting with them and talking to them. That was really cool. But right now on display at Disneyland, at the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln building, they have a display of some of the artwork and even some of the props from Mary Poppins Returns that you can check out. So that's pretty sweet. This movie has already been nominated for 4 Golden Globes. Among those are Best Picture in the Musical or Comedy category, so that's pretty cool. And then Best Actor for Lin-Manuel Miranda. He plays a character named Jack, who's a lamplighter. He is a lot of fun, and a great job done by him. So I think he's very deserving of that nomination. And of course, Emily Blunt for Best Actress in the role of Mary Poppins, and she too is very well deserving of that. So love her in this role and what she's done with it, and yeah, super awesome. This is a sequel, so I love that they stayed true to that. I felt they were really respectful to the original Mary Poppins and kept things appropriate for Mary Poppins, and to where it made sense to be a sequel to that. Which, I mean, there's kind of a big time gap there. To me, I thought that was a very positive thing. Some of the reviews I read almost made it sound like a negative thing, that it had those similarities to the original. But I think no way. You're showing respect. You're showing love for the original Mary Poppins and staying true to that form. So I thought that was awesome. Involved in that then is also the music, but new music that I really liked. I really enjoyed the music in the movie. Not only is it fun and well done, but it's also important to the storyline and keeps the pace moving along, which was great. And I'm really excited to get to continue listening to it. My wife bought me the soundtrack. Whoop, whoop. So pumped to get to know those songs better and better, and they are the kind of songs and music that I want to keep listening to over and over again. As a movie, though, it's amazing on how it just is fun after fun after fun. I mean, that's what you get with Mary Poppins. She brings that fun and that excitement, and it just happens in the movie. Fun after fun after fun. And I loved that. And still, underneath all of that, though, is this undertone of a pretty heavy message and situation and dilemma that they're dealing with. So I love how she's able to bring the positivity to that, to smile through hardship, to find fun and happiness, even when our circumstances may not be bringing us the greatest that it could be. I've gotten to know a neighbor of mine, an elderly man, who has just been met with some pretty tough news in his life. He'd been going through chemo treatments for his cancer, and the doctors told him that the chemo wasn't working anymore. And so they had to take him off of that, and his cancer has spread. Very serious situation. And the whole time that he was explaining the situation to me, he just stayed so positive about everything. And he just kept smiling. And it was such a great inspiration to me to see that in him, and to see just how he just kept that positive outlook on everything, which was awesome. And I feel like that was an important part of the message in this movie, was for us to look for positive, to stay positive no matter the circumstance, even if things aren't going our way, and even if things are difficult and trying and tough, that we can still be positive and smile and look for happiness in our lives. What the movie did also that I was super impressed with was, as a movie, it matched the message that it was trying to teach. It did the things that it needed to convey that message, but also to be true to that message and not, like, be hypocritical to it. That example of the fun is one, but another message throughout the movie was that anything is possible, even the impossible, which is a big message of Mary Poppins, and again here in this sequel. So I love that it was there, but then the movie did that too. What do I mean by that? Well, really, you think about it, to make a sequel to Mary Poppins, that's impossible. After all this time, to make a sequel, to make it work, that's impossible. To have somebody else be Mary Poppins that's not Julie Andrews, like, that's pretty much impossible. And in that message, luckily enough, Mary's there, and she has this magic, and with that magic, she's able to do the impossible. Well, truth be told, Emily Blunt is magic. She is so magical that she does it, and she makes it work. And she is just so incredible to be able to be Mary Poppins and to be practically perfect. I loved it. So much fun. Can't wait for you guys to go see it. Hope that you will enjoy it as well. That's my thoughts. That's how I'm feeling about Mary Poppins Returns. And yeah, go check it out, everybody. Have a good one.